What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time to get old and angry. That's right. It's three old men yelling at Cloud. I'm one of your co hosts with the most, Clan Diesel. Off to my sides here, I have Dr. Diz DM. Also, join us from a secret military bunker somewhere in the Smoky Mountains is our favorite Navy AI, Double Alt Buck. Of course, he's not in chat right now, so everybody salute the Admiral. What up, Buck?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're having some issues security clearance wise. Shut down a lot of shit.
Oh, you heard that? Shit's about to get real, Chad. Buck down there working on demigorgons and shit.
Actually,
Sorry, Chad.
it's
I've been watching Stranger Things, catching up on everything.
rabid rampaging bears.
Those are the worst. Those were some regular bears.
That's number
like
one.
Bears
on the threat
are
down.
number one on the threat down, but you just escalated it. There's now a number 0 on the threat down.
In fact, the resort that I'm in has at least 4 in a family, and then one rogue teenager, and they're all running up and down the mountainside.
And you know what that bear's name is?
None of them is named Yogi
It's
or Boo
John
Boo.
Cena!
No, no.
Oh,
Negative, Ghost Rider.
the pattern is full. Well, if you're just joining us and you're like, hey, what the fuck is going on? We are three old men and we like yelling how things nowadays suck compared to what they used to. And that's what we're going to do. And tonight, we're going to go into a topic that is near and dear to all of our hearts and maybe yours as well. We're talking about cartoons, animation, and how the cartoons when we were younger are way better than the cartoons that are around now because they suck. You don't have a Cobra Commander. Our Megatron is better than your Megatron.
Mhm.
There's no mask.
We don't even know about your enemies because they don't have brand recognition.
That's true. You don't have the real Ghostbusters like we did back in the day. What happened? Where did we go wrong? Also, apparently, we have a fourth host now. Ecto1 has entered the chat.
Right.
Look at it.
So, here's the question, and be open to either of you. So either of you can start the topic. When you think of cartoons, when you think of animation, like, what do you think of? Like, would you go instantly back to when you were a child and the cartoons that were on? Like, when we were younger, we had cartoons after school. We had cartoons on
80s
Saturday
cartoons
mornings.
and early 90s is the era
Me too.
that I
Me
go
too.
to.
No, you don't have that. You don't have
I
after
tell you,
school
I'm very
cartoons.
specific. When I hear the word
Huh?
cartoons, I think of
After
Looney
school?
Tunes.
Yeah.
Very specifically,
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
Water
You know,
looks
Bugs
weird
Bunny,
on the
Daffy Duck,
camera.
Porky Pig,
Oh yeah.
Foghorn Leghorn. I say.
I declare. Yep. Yeah, Looney Tunes is great. The biggest problem with Looney Tunes now is that I don't think you can show the original Looney
You can-
Tunes on television.
No, they're apparently too offensive, so you can't do
Hey,
it.
the things they could get back, get through away with in the 40s, you can't really do now. But you're right; those are what we grew up on.
And Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hanna-Barbera
Mhm.
stuff. So Scooby Doo, the Flintstones, Jetsons, Jabberjaw, Snagglepuss. That's it.
Tom
It's
and
to
Jerry
Murgatroyd.
comes to
Exit.
mind too.
Stage left. Yeah, Tom and Jerry. That's a big one, right? So, what are some of your favorite cartoons from when you were a wee lad?
Ooh. Well, I really liked Mask a lot. Even though I didn't get to watch a lot of episodes of it because we didn't have DVRs or anything back then. So.
Right.
Just so
Mask.
you
They
know,
were.
chat, we could probably sing the theme songs to every one of these shows we're about to say, but we will not due to DMCA.
That's true, but you should definitely look it up on YouTube because they rock. But they Mask I really liked because they were secret crusaders working overtime fighting crime.
At a gas station.
Yes, at a gas station in the desert.
Ran by a billionaire.
That's true. Also, made Camaros cool, right? Because everybody wanted the Camaro that's doors that apparently had gull wing doors like a DeLorean and then could fly like a jet because that is the best.
No amount of thrust was going to get that car off the ground.
Listen, it is the 80s. We can get that as high as we want to. That car ran on pure cocaine. That's what that car ran on.
Especially if we called in Cheech, Chong, and Willie.
That's true. That's true. So you were a big fan of Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Buck, what about you? What was a big cartoon for you when you were younger?
Well, one that probably hasn't been watched by very many people. I really enjoyed Centurions.
Centurions, yeah, that was.
I mean, because you got dudes just running around in regular clothes, and then all hell breaks loose, and they call a space station and say, "Hey, I need my gear for this situation," and it gets beamed onto their body, and then they become a fucking airship, or like a jet, or they become a submersible, or they become a fucking motorcycle, just because of the gear that attaches to their body.
That's true. That's true. For me, and it's almost kind of tied because they were pretty much they were made by the same people and they were sandwiched together as like a platter. But I really enjoyed my number one from when I was younger. The number one with a star and a heart, and I love it to death. Transformers was a big one for me, but that's 1A. 1B would probably be G.I. Joe because they were just packaged together. They were bookends of the same thing.
I have all of those episodes from those two on DVD at home,
and as do I, and I love them both. Those were my two big ones, I believe. Probably
his favorite was Hot Rod, chat.
No, my favorite now. Hot Rod is all right. When he became Rodimus Prime, he became a whiny bitch, and everybody knows it. Half of the season of him being the leader, he's going around going, "I don't want to be the leader. I want to be Hot Rod again." No.
And once they bring Optimus back, he doesn't want to give it up. It's like, dude, you have your chance. Just hand it over and it'll be over.
So if that's your favorites, how do you feel about the movies they made with the Transformers and G.I. Joe?
Oh, they just destroyed G.I. Joe. It's not even right.
The first one was okay.
That the G.I. Joe movies, the people that made the G.I. Joe movies should be brought up on war crimes. That's
the second one for sure.
Yes, the second one is definitely against the Geneva
because
Convention.
How the flying fuck do you kill Duke Hauser?
I don't know. They just everybody's dead. You saw them in the first movie? Yep, they're all dead now. Cool. What you got for me? But we got The Rock. All right.
And Bruce Willis.
The G.I. Joe movies are horrible. Transformer movies I can put up with. I really like the first one. The first one's the best one of the Transformer movies, and they kind of do a subtle slide down from there. And Michael Bay said it himself in a recent interview that he should have just made 3 Transformers movies, and that would have been it. And I agree with him. He should have just made 3 Transformer movies, and that would have been it. Although Bumblebee, I really like Bumblebee. You know why I like Bumblebee? Because the Transformers look like they're supposed to in Bumblebee.
Yes.
Optimus Prime looks like Optimus Prime.
Bumblebee is actually a Volkswagen.
Bumblebee is a Volkswagen, you know?
I mean, even when they do the flashbacks, right? You see Wheeljack in them look like from the cartoon. They literally just CGI'd them into real time movie.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I don't know. You know, they tried in the Mark Wahlberg Transformers movies to make Optimus Prime look like Optimus Prime.
Hey, Optimus, say hello to your mother for me.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, at least they made him, you know, a flat nose. But you know,
see,
it's
my
I don't
only
know.
problem is right with the new Transformers movies, as far as so you changed how all the Transformers look. Of course, you gave them a new age, you know, upgrade paint job, for example, like with Optimus. He's still big
Mhm.
rig. Bumblebee is not a Volkswagen. Hell, in the first movie, he physically destroys a Volkswagen that he's sitting beside just to get the boy to pay him attention.
Yes.
The only change they made that I thought actually looked better was the fact that Ironhide became this big, heavy-duty truck. Because
I
in
did
the
appreciate
cartoon,
that
he's
for
a
Ironhide.
van.
Yes.
And I'm like, that truck makes more sense for what he
Sizzling
is.
circuits, Optimus Gah.
But it never made sense to me why he was a van.
No, him and Ratchet were the same van. It's just he was painted red.
Right, and Ratchet had lights.
Yep, that's
Like-
it.
I'm still waiting on my Mask movie. So
Yes,
Not
They're
The
supposed to be
Mask.
working on one, and then they're supposed
Really?
to make a and it's supposed to connect and bring everybody together. So there'll be like a Hasbro toy cinematic universe.
God, please.
So you'll
so
finally
here's my
get
question.
you'll
Who's
get the
making it?
Mask Transformer GI Joe crossover you always wanted.
But who's making it?
Now that I don't know. Probably
Because
Michael
they
Bay.
get one shot at not fucking up our childhood.
Gosh, there's just so many good cartoons from back then. Like, we're talking about these, but there's also like, I think these were more Saturday cartoons, like He-Man.
Oh,
Those were
He-Man,
your
yep.
Saturday cartoons, right?
He-Man
Thundercats,
and She-Ra.
Thundercats.
She-Ra.
Thundercats, yeah. Dino Saucers,
Dino Saucers were amazing.
the classic. Also a Jammer theme song if you want to watch it.
Oh yes, that is an amazing one.
Also, it's weird if you watch the intro to the Dino Saucers, which tells you the origin story. The kids already have jacket vests on with the Dino Saucers logo before they meet the Dino Saucer.
That is correct.
So, have either of you seen the He-Man cartoons that Netflix has put out?
Yes.
I've watched some of it. Yeah, I've watched some of the Kevin Smith made one.
The Revelation or whatever
Revelations, yeah.
it is. Or, yeah.
I even saw the He-Man that they made after the original cartoon. The New Adventures of He-Man.
Oh my god.
I have not watched that one yet, but the
I'm
Revelations
so
one,
sorry.
He-Man is almost goes like in berserk mode or something, like he's a barbarian or something.
Well, in that though, it goes back and shows the other He-Mans
It
that
does, yeah.
protected Grayskull. So
on to me.
when he pulls his sword, sometimes he can tap into the powers of like the first He-Man ever that literally looked like a barbarian
I
berserk.
don't cook.
Are any of them named Hero?
I can't remember. There's a bunch of one of them. At
I
least
don't
one of them was a female.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, in He-Man lore, they tried to come out with a second He-Man, right? They were going to make it He-Man's son, and his name was going to be Hero.
Oh no,
Oh.
no. What we're talking about is everything prior to
And
him.
then, well, I know, but then they retconned it, and they were going to have it to where Hero was a previous He-Man from the past.
Okay.
That He-Man was going to meet because of
Resurrected.
time travel.
Time travel.
Yeah, because time travel.
That's the meeting. Okay, so the son's gonna meet the father in the future.
So
because
Dragon
time
Ball
travel.
Z, where
Yeah.
Trunks came back to save the Z fighters and sees Vegeta and never tells him who the hell he is.
Exactly. Exactly. Also, here's two more for you. Well, I don't know. I'll leave the Disney stuff a little bit later. But what about?
I know which Disney one you're going to.
And this goes back to what we did last week
Got all them
on
too.
Three Old Men Yelling at Cloud. What about the '87 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon?
That's the only Ninja Turtle cartoon worth watching.
Now
No,
that's not true. That's
Yes,
not true.
yes,
No,
To me, it is.
no. You should watch the 2012.
I've seen them all. I prefer the 80s.
Even the little cartoon movie that came out with wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and
Can't
I'm
remember
watching the
when
2003 one to see what it's like. But yeah, I really
We're
enjoy
also
that
leaving
show.
out another after-school set of shows. Super Mario Brothers Super Show. And
Well,
The Legend of
excuse
Zelda.
me, princess.
Because we had them after school
Live action Mario and Luigi.
Yep, exactly.
with Sergeant Slaughter often.
Hey,
Showing
we're gonna
up.
have a birthday party for this little kid over here.
Hey,
That was one of the episodes.
Yeah,
They
they
had a
had
birthday party or something.
weird ass episodes. Yeah,
I
like
don't
one
even
of
know why
them,
they needed the live action stuff, but I appreciate
well,
it.
because they paid for a 10-minute cartoon in a 30-minute slot. It's like we're
And they
gonna need 10 minutes of animation, and then we need Captain Lou Albano and this other guy to pretend to be Mario and Luigi in their Brooklyn apartment.
Now,
And then
when
we're
they did the
gonna bring in
movie,
big names as guest stars to get us through that segment every time.
when they
Cyndi
did the
Lauper was on
movie,
an episode.
shit. When they did the movie, why didn't they get these two guys to do it? I mean,
Because they were dead.
they're actually dead.
Lou Albano was dead.
Yeah,
but
one of them
Luigi
was
wasn't
already
dead.
dead.
Luigi died like 3 years ago, I think.
Oh,
He
man.
was just too damn old to be playing in that movie.
Yeah. Besides, you don't like the guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, I do. I liked
that's
him
not the
and
problem, Glenn.
what's his name?
There's-
who played Luigi?
The problem
John
is Toad.
John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. Yeah.
The problem's Toad.
Toad is a problem. I don't like what they did with the Toads. That was weird. But I think that is more the studio or whoever was writing this was like, you know what people like right now? The early 90s, people like dinosaurs.
Hey, let's make a dinosaurs.
Everything is a dinosaur. I mean, they had the Super
Except for
Scope
except for
from the Super
Koopa.
Nintendo.
Yeah, Koopa was not.
No, Koopa was Dennis Hopper. It was very weird. And then you had Big Bertha at the Boom Boom Bar.
Right.
Yep. Listen, I love that movie. I'll be honest with you right now. I love that movie. I enjoy watching that movie. It is so bad, it's good.
What if Alan Rickman was the Bowser in that movie? Well, how would that have sounded?
Hello, Mario. Luigi. Welcome to the Mushroom Kingdom. I'm going to devolve you now.
I'm still waiting for our episode for Harry Potter. Some people may be very well offended at us on that one.
That's true. What up, Zach?
So, what about Double Dragon?
The
The
cartoon.
movie? Was
No,
there a
the
cartoon?
cartoon.
I don't
Yes,
remember.
there
There was
was
a
a
cartoon.
cartoon.
It was on USA Network on Cartoon
Oh.
Express. There was Double Dragon, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, I think Savage Dragon.
Yes.
But yes, I remember that. Yeah. But the movie far out overshadows
Oh yeah,
the cartoon.
See, Diz didn't even know there was a cartoon.
Exactly. I blame
I never
Alyssa
saw that one.
Milano.
I mean that definitely changed their view ratings, having her in there
That is true.
in that outfit.
Zach, you need to finish the new Mortal Kombat movie. It's very good, and they're also making a sequel. So,
Well, no, we won't get into that. But
Oh, do I smell another episode
I mean,
All right, making a
where,
note.
where I defend the
Mo-
Mortal Kombat movie?
Mortal Kombat. We'll talk about that for an hour and a half.
Listen.
let's defend all the Mortal Kombat movies, Clan, except
It's
for the
not
second
as
one.
it's not as good as the
I don't
first
have
one.
I don't have a problem with all the Mortal Kombat movies.
The
I have a
second
problem
one I
with
have
the
a problem
second
with.
But we'll get to that
I
in
do
another
too.
episode.
That's
if
true.
you don't have a problem with the second one, you either made the movie
No, the people that made the movie have a problem with the second.
or there's something
That's
wrong with
true.
you.
Yeah, jeez, oh Pete. You know it's bad if you can't get Christopher Lambert to come back
Right?
for the movie, right?
All right,
So-
so go ahead, Buck.
Go ahead, Go ahead.
I was going to bring up the Smurfs. I mean, do we have any Smurfs fans?
Well, I can tell you, I can la 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 all day.
I thought they were Smurfing fantastic. I mean,
Smurf, yeah.
And that the only female in the whole bunch was genetically made and not actually.
That's true. She
A
not
member
a
of the
real
Smurfs.
Smurf, yo.
But when you get further through the cartoon, then they started having other Smurfs that were female.
That's true. You had that. I forget her name. but
Sassette
she
was one of 'em.
Yeah, Sassette. Yeah, yeah. That's when you had we introduced new Smurfs. This one wears a shirt.
Yeah, none of them wore a shirt except for.
This one's in overalls and is a tomboy.
Sassette
you
had
wa-
pigtails with
Yeah,
freckles, which
if
that
you
was
watch
weird.
the Smurfs, then you might know about the Snorks, then, right?
Yes,
I have snorked once or twice myself.
they came on roughly the same time that the raccoons came on.
I don't know about no raccoons.
You ain't seen the raccoons?
No.
You're dead to me, Clan. Damn. You're supposed to be the one that knows everything with me where Diz forgets. Damn it, Clan.
Chat.
Oh,
Zach in chat says he likes the Smurfs.
Nice.
So what about Pirates of Darkwater?
I'll one up you on this one. I'll take your Pirates of Darkwater, and I will raise you one Brave Star.
Brave Star was
Star.
better than Pirates of Darkwater, though.
I know,
But you
but
still
no
didn't
one
answer
remembers it.
if either
I
one of y'all
do,
really
I
enjoyed
do.
that show or not.
I had
No,
the
didn't
Brave
like
Star
Pirates of
playset.
Darkwater. Nice. You had the speed of a puma.
No, I didn't
strength
have
of
any
a
of that.
bear.
I didn't have any of those things. I just had the Brave Star and the playset. That's it. That's all we could afford. In
Because
my
I had
imagination, I
those
had those things.
Pirates.
I remember the Pirates of Darkwater. I don't remember anything about the Pirates of Darkwater.
The prince was sent on a quest to pretty much eradicate the world of Darkwater, which was kind of like a plague that was sucking the life out of the planet. And then there was a pirate that wanted that to happen so he could take it over.
Of
So they were
course.
fighting the whole time.
Did this star Johnny Depp?
No, but if it would have,
Probably would have
Uh,
done better.
might have.
Yeah, he would have peaked too soon then, so it would
What about the
would have been bad
Ewoks?
for all of us. The Ewoks?
I remember me some Ewoks
I don't
and the
remember
droids.
Yep.
ever watching the cartoon, but yeah.
Yeah, Ewoks and droids came on
Mm.
back to back, pretty much. You had
But I-
C-3PO and R2 going on some weird misadventure, and then it shifted to the Ewoks.
So let's compare that to the new Star Wars cartoons. Clone Wars, Rebels. I mean,
Clone Wars has both of them beat hands down.
right?
Well, here's the difference. All right. Here's the difference between these things, right? Droids and Ewoks were totally made for Saturday morning children's cartoon programming,
Yep.
right?
Right.
Okay. Clone Wars is animation, but it's adult animation,
Mhm.
secretly disguised as a children's cartoon because kids will watch it, but their adult parents or caregivers that are Star Wars fans will also sit down and watch it because it goes deep into lore.
So there's what you're saying is they're secretly still making these cartoons for us. They've always been
Yes.
making them for us.
Yes,
Well,
100%.
not always, no.
Yeah, no, not always. There's
Some
a
of this stuff
stigma.
nowadays is garbage, and even children don't want to watch it, let alone the adults.
That's true. Here's the thing: in the United States, or at least in like Western markets, right? Animation is typically geared and perceived as being for children,
Mhm.
and it's starting to change a little bit, but not much. It's still like if your significant other probably walked in on you watching a cartoon right now, they'd be like, "What the frig are you doing watching a cartoon? You're an old
No.
shut up, nobody asked you."
No, mine wouldn't. In fact, she'd look at me and go, "Geeking out again?" I'd be like, "Yes."
All right, but like in Eastern markets, so Japan, of course, animation has been used for years and marketed to adults. So there's children's animation and there's adult oriented animation.
Bad Batch,
Uh,
yeah, that's a good one.
And a lot of the cartoons we grew up with, like Transformers and G.I. Joe and Mask and all the Disney, most of the Disney animation that we grew up with, like DuckTales and stuff, were made by anime studios. So when we see the animation now made by these same studios, we're more drawn to it than stuff like, you know, the kid shows now.
Yeah, so in the kid shows now, it's almost like they're following, like they've dissected it and they figured out all the analytics of it, and they need camera changes every 3 to 5 seconds
Mhm.
because it keeps your brain active trying to figure out what's
Yes.
going on
Yes.
instead of actually having to spend time making the substance of what's going on actually entertaining or educational or something like that.
100%. There's been studies that show that people's attention spans have gotten shorter, especially with, like with us, we had to wait for the programming we wanted to watch to come on. Like we wanted to watch Mask, or if we wanted to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we had, every day at 4:30 we had to be there to watch it, because if not, it was going to be another day or through the weekend or whatever to be able to watch it again. We would miss it. Now you just pull it up on Netflix or somewhere and it's instantly there. Instantly there. It's that instant gratification thing, right? So if you keep their attention going, if you keep making, quick changes, quick cuts, stuff like that, they're it's holding their attention longer. Whereas a lot of the cartoons that we had when we were growing up, there's a lot of story, right? And people say filler episodes, right? Where it deals with like character development. You don't get a lot of
Oh,
character development and stuff now.
I thought you were going filler episode like Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I was going to get to
30
that. Dragon Ball
episodes
Z
later,
is
now
like,
he launches the bomb.
yeah, they literally made a new series of Dragon Ball Z called Dragon Ball Z Kai to cut out like 180 episodes of filler.
Yep.
So it's easier to digest. I don't even know if they can do that with something like One Piece, which is like 980 episodes long.
Like One Piece is still going.
Exactly. But getting to your point, like with the Star Wars animation, Bad Batch and Clone Wars and what was it, Rebels?
Rebels, yep.
It's very Netflixy, right? It's episodic. The episodes generally lead into the next episode. There's a big overarching story. There's character development, stuff like that. That is geared towards the adult who's sitting there watching that cartoon with their kid. So the kids get to watch a cartoon. They like it. It's animation. It's fun. It's Star Wars. They like it. The adults saying, "Hey, it's fun. It's Star Wars," but I'm learning stuff about the Star Wars lore that happens between these movies that I like.
So what you're saying is the writers and directors now eat what was that cereal called? Is it Keds or something like that? Or
Hicks.
Kicks.
Yeah, the kid in me likes the sugar.
Yeah, nobody eats Kicks.
Mikey does. Mikey will eat
No,
anything.
he eats checks.
He'll eat anything. I heard it multiple times throughout my life.
If you listen, Chad, if you or someone you know is out there eating Kick cereal, please call 911 immediately. Because the only thing worse than Kick cereal is Captain Crunch because it physically cuts the roof of your mouth.
But I like the pain. That's why I eat Captain Crunch.
So, did any of you guys watch a little cartoon known by the Real Ghostbusters?
Of course.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That was
Even
good.
had the Fire Hall and Ecto One and Slimer and everybody growing up.
I even had the
Janine.
flying Ecto.
Even had the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. Had a
Ooh,
proton pack.
Here is a good one. Now, I'm not sure how many people liked it or not. I liked it. The Muppet Babies. Did you guys watch that
I
ever?
watched, yes, on Saturday morning CBS. Yes.
Yeah.
It
Yes, I
seemed
sure
to
did.
be way more engaging than the regular Muppet Show.
You did.
The Muppet Babies was listen, I love the Muppet Show. I love Muppets, but the Muppet Babies was fun because they got comedy down. Because you would have a Muppet episode or something, and somebody would make a funny line, and then it'd go over there and like open a door, and all of a sudden, it was a scene from Star Wars was playing inside of the closet,
Like
and
Gonzo
stuff.
flying in an X-wing all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yes, that stuff is amazing. That is crazy.
Kermit being Indiana Jones all of a sudden.
Yep. I've got one for you guys.
God, there's so many.
Building
What do you
off
got?
your Super Mario Brothers Super Show and Legend of Zelda, which there's only like 10 episodes of Legend of Zelda.
It
by
ain't
the way.
Captain N, is it?
Yes, Captain N, the Game Master.
It's almost like I knew where he was going with that.
Yep, Saturday mornings
Yeah.
on NBC.
I have all the episodes of that on DVD.
Yep, I do not, but I would like to. Yes, Captain N, the Princess, Mega Man, Kid Icarus, Simon Belmont, and then eventually Game Boy.
See, I feel like it started going downhill a little bit after they brought Game Boy. Like they were starting to run out of episodes.
Yes, 100%. I agree. Mother Brain.
You even had Lilu and Lolo in after Game Boy showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for anybody that doesn't know, that's a NES game. But they were part of the show.
Also, Mega Man and Kid Icarus were really weird in that show.
Yes. Can you do a Kid Icarus Forest Clan?
That's ridiculous. That was mega lame.
Do you think that the people who made Drawn Together watch this cartoon a lot?
Yes.
It kind of puts me in the same mindset.
There's one of the people in Drawn Together that looks like she's the princess from Captain N.
Yeah.
I really like that show because I was of the age and I liked video games. So anything dealing with video games at all, I consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I liked the Mega Man show. That Mega Man was better than the Mega Man and Captain N.
Yes. Especially when he met Mega Man X.
Proton Man with Wily, and he's like, I can take him, and then Mega Man kicks his ass, and he's like, what happened? He's like, I let him win. No, you got your ass kicked. That was letting him win nothing.
So how do you guys feel about Baby Lions and Baby Lions coming together to form Big Lion robot?
A thing called Voltron?
Voltron?
Yeah. The original Megazord?
Yeah.
Hey, Voltron is where Power Rangers got their start.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I
they
mean, they've
ripped
even
off
Yeah,
came
I
out and
do.
Voltron to
said
make Super Sentai.
they even came out and
100%.
said it, but they had to change the animals that formed it because that was going to be copyrighted and trademarked out the ass
Yes,
to try to make
I even
Chunky
watched
cats.
the Netflix remake of Voltron.
It was okay. I
Yeah,
like
it
the
was
original
okay.
5 seasons better, but it was okay.
Yeah, yeah. I like
Hey,
Mr.
I even
Voltron.
have the 5 seasons in the metal tins that have each of the lions' heads and whatever color lion it was for the season.
You form feet and legs, and
See,
I'll form the head.
You forgot
Voltron,
about arms and body. See, that's the part
Voltron
that
must
always
have been on a
bothered
network
me.
that I didn't have because I didn't get to watch a lot of it. The only time I ever got to watch it
Voltron
is
came on Cartoon Network.
when I got to like rent a VHS tape and watch it, or something like that.
I think I watched it real early on USA, but it did rerun on Cartoon Network once we got Cartoon Network.
But see, here's my problem with all this, right? They said form feet and legs, so that was your blue and yellow line.
Mhm.
Then your red and green line were supposed to form the arms and body. That's bullshit because that black line was the body and the head the entire time.
That's true. It's false advertising.
They physically only made up the arms from the shoulder sockets to the fingers.
Mhm.
I'm like, they're not making the body. They're no part of the body that they're even attached to except for sticking into your legs.
Here's some cartoons that I don't know if you guys remember or not. But there was a cartoon with Mr. T.
Oh,
Trying to think. I'm trying to think of what the name of it was. I saw it though.
Yeah, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But yeah, it was Mr. T.
Because Mr. T, Chuck Norris, and Jackie Chan all had had TV shows. Oh, and Rambo. We can't leave out Rambo
Rambo, yeah.
because Rambo had a cartoon show also.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I didn't know that.
And then there was a also Camp Candy.
Yes.
You guys remember Camp Candy?
With
I
oh crap,
do.
what's his name? I just drew a
think
blank who
so.
the counselor was.
It's John Candy, but it's I
Yes.
don't know the name.
I
I
couldn't
do
remember his first
remember
name.
this. Just barely though.
Yeah, I mean it's early, but I remember Camp Candy. I remember watching Camp Candy and Captain N together, and I think Mr. T too.
Mr.
On
T,
NBC.
that's the name of the show, Glenn.
Yeah.
Mr. T. A total of 30 episodes were produced.
He traveled around with some kids.
Yeah.
Now here's a question for you:
It's in a dog.
Garfield or Heathcliff?
Oh, are we going
Heathcliff.
by iconic, or are we going by amount of stuff that it did throughout the cartoons?
Going with Heathcliff. It was on
Heathcliff?
WGN after school. Watched Heathcliff. Yep.
That
Because
was mine as well.
Heathcliff was
Yep.
more engaging.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yes. Also, after Heathcliff, what came on WGN after school was Cops. Not the TV show Cops.
No, he's talking about the cartoon.
But the cartoon with Bulletproof
What you
and
gonna
Long Arm.
do? Yeah, Long Arm.
Yep. They just shot a
God.
handcuff out of his thing like a grappling hook.
Were they busting a bunch of drug dealers? Because I remember watching some of it.
One episode. There was one episode, yeah, where the bad guys were making drugs.
Yeah, drugs didn't exist when
Dr.
we were really,
Mindbender.
really little. And then as we started getting a little bit older, we were told to just say no.
That's true. Nancy Reagan told us to just say no. And her husband told Mr. Gorbachev to tear down that wall.
Tear down that wall. So what about that detective agency? Scooby-Doo and his friends.
I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo on TBS.
Okay, did
Oh,
you
I
like
thought
Scrappy Doo or no on the
I
Scrappy
mean, when I
Doo?
was younger, I liked him. I didn't have a problem with him.
he was an
Also,
annoying know-it-all now that I think about it.
yeah, they've made Scrappy into just this horrible, horrible thing. Actually, but my all-time favorite, I always liked it when Scooby Dum showed up because he would just show up and he'd thump 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 thump.
So Diz, I thought you were talking about the other detective agency, which was Chip and Dale.
The
Yeah,
Rescue
yeah.
Rangers.
That was
Yes.
one of my favorites.
And I didn't realize it until I was older that one was dressed up as Indiana Jones and one was dressed up as Magnum PI. Did not know that when I was a kid.
That was the best part of finding that out. Going, man, y'all just knocked off 2 shows.
Yeah,
Well, one show and a movie with
I
this
know.
shit.
I was waiting on the Disney adaptation of Simon and Simon since we got Magnum PI. Oh, there's a
What about
blast from the
Starsky and
past.
Hutch?
Yeah, we could have done that one too. But
Here's a good one. Go ahead. You're still on
I
this
was going
topic.
to talk about the 2 best. Well, shit. The 3 best Disney cartoons
Gummy
that have ever
Bears.
been made. No, the Gummy Bears, get the fuck out. Just bounce right on out of here, Gummy Bears.
They're the ones who introduced us to meth.
That is true.
That is true. That is true. They did.
Or
The Gummy
speed,
Bears introduced us
crack,
to meth.
whatever.
Yes. You know what? If I did enough crack, I could believe I could bounce around too, like a damn ball. But the 3 best Disney cartoons that have ever been made: one, DuckTales.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Aladdin,
Okay.
and the very best Disney cartoon ever made,
Not the D word.
Darkwing Duck.
Nope.
What about
You
Tailspin?
left out some. Yeah, I was gonna say you left out some, but it's Tailspin.
Tailspin's good, but I like the other 3 that I mentioned better than Tailspin. Tailspin is the filler of the Disney afternoon.
What about Gargoyles?
Gargoyles doesn't count.
Why?
Gargoyles came after all of those and is secretly the best Batman ripoff that has ever been made.
But we said 80s and 90s.
I know, but I'm just saying those are the 3 best Disney afternoon cartoons.
So now he's putting
Gargoyles was
stipulations
not.
on it, Diz.
Gargoyles doesn't count as Disney afternoon. It came later. But yeah, Gargoyles is amazing. Watch it. Go watch it. After you watch us, go watch Gargoyles on Disney Plus. Except for the Goliath Chronicles. Don't watch that. That sucks. But anything other than the Goliath Chronicles is good. Yeah, the first 2 seasons, just watch that. You'll be great.
So
Because
what about
Xanatos is definitely Batman.
So what about I think this was Nickelodeon. David the Gnome. Did you guys watch that?
I did. I watched that when I was
think that was a
younger. and when I was home
Nickelodeon,
from-
right?
Yep. And when I was home from school sick.
Now
You had to
we're-
watch
we're-
David
we're
the
talking
Gnome.
we're talking about cartoons and stuff, but there's
Yeah.
also, after school stuff. Like, what about Fraggle Rock?
Oh shit, I forgot about this one. Yeah, Fraggle Rock. I mean, but personally, every time Fraggle Rock came on, I changed the channel.
Fraggle
So I
Rock
never
is
gave it
good,
any chance in the world.
but I would prefer a really good episode of the Muppet Show to Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, but I mean, Fraggle Rock was still there though during all this.
Oh yeah, I mean it was there, and like I said, I liked it, but I would take a good episode of the Muppet Show proper over Fraggle Rock.
Just like Eureka's Castle. I would take Muppets
Yeah.
over Eureka's Castle for sure.
Yeah, I don't like Eureka's Castle.
I had forgot about this one. Do you guys remember the Littles?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I used to watch like that. I won't say a lot of
We're
it. I
not
can't
talking about
remember how
Stuart
much.
Little chat.
No.
I remember the Littles. Yes.
Were they mice? Rats? Well, they're like people with tails and pointy ears.
I think it was their attempt to make a more humanized version of that creature so people could relate to them better, even though I don't think it fully paid off the way they wanted it to.
No, it did not. But I remember it well.
What about Thundar the Barbarian?
Oh my god. I do remember Thundar the Barbarian, yes.
I don't think I watched that one.
What
I
about
just,
him?
I just want to put out there, Clay, real fast that JD has a Sunblade. You know where JD can wear said Sunblade? Same place
Freaking weird.
Thundar did, right on top of his arm on his bracers.
There you go. What about He-Man's cousin, She-Ra, the Princess of Power? Do you remember She-Ra?
I did.
Dude, yeah. Didn't she have like a Pegasus or something she flew
She
on?
did. Yep.
She had to, yeah.
She had like a
Yeah.
horse she turned into a Pegasus.
Where
or something.
He-Man had Cringer that turned into Battle Cat when he pointed the sword at it. When She-Ra pointed the sword at her
She had a
horse,
unicorn that turned
yeah,
into a Pegasus.
it turned into a Pegasus.
So really, Tailspin leaving it off the list there.
I mean, it's all right, but it's not one of my favorites.
I mean, I always like that little. I can't even remember the character's name. I remember Baloo is the big one, right? But I can't remember the small
Get Cloud
kid.
Kicker,
Yeah, and he had the little boomerang thing that he would ride on.
the Sky
I
Surfer.
mean,
Yeah,
that was cool as fuck. So
I like Shere Khan. Shere Khan was a good villain.
Shere Khan didn't change through any of the Disney shit.
No, he was the same guy. Also, the guy that did the voice of Shere Khan in Tailspin is the same guy that did this next one. That was the same guy that was the voice of the bad guy in Reboot.
Yes.
You guys remember Reboot?
Oh yeah.
oh shit, there's the Centurions. Now I remember. I actually had like one of the figurines and stuff. Like
Dude,
for them.
Mhm.
I got to the picture after
Oh.
everything I said about it. He's like, "Oh, that show."
I have seen that because the green guy was like the underwater guy, right? He was like
Yes, Max Ray,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite of the bunch. Jake Rockwell was in yellow, and Ace McLeod was in blue. Fucking
There's
cyborgs.
Thundar. I never watched Thundar though. I did watch the Spider-Man. It was Spider-Man and Super
His,
Friends or something like that.
His
or-
amazing Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
amazing.
Super
Yep.
Super Friends was DC.
Yep.
I did because I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I really didn't. I liked the last movie. I didn't like Doctor Strange in it as much. I didn't think we needed that, but I guess they needed it to advance their overall story arc or something. So, oh, here's Clannis's favorite, the GoBots.
No.
Knockoff
No.
Transformers.
No, nobody likes the GoBots.
Should I
I may
have
or
one
may
of these
not
guys?
change the channel every time that one came on because it wasn't Transformers.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, that GoBots is just a bad idea. Also, did you know according to the GoBots lore, they weren't always robots? They used to be human.
That would explain their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all ever watch Extreme Dinosaurs?
I did not.
Holy shit! I remember this one, Turbo Teen.
Yes, Turbo Teen. Yeah, he drove his car into a secret government experiment and it fused him and his car together. Now, anytime he gets hot, he transforms into Turbo Teen.
Oh, it's so bad
Yes,
that it's
is
good.
this weird body dysmorphic stuff. It's weird. He gets hot, and all of a sudden he takes his hands and they come up like this, and they become wheels. and then he gets down on all fours, and he starts making this weird ass smile, and then he turns into a Ferrari. Whatever the hell he was. He was a red sports car, Chad. And he can talk like Knight Rider.
They may not know what that is.
But if you don't, Chad, then we're doing a spinoff of this show called Our Early TV Shows Were Better Than Yours.
Yes.
All right. So
Thunder in Paradise.
we skipped
I mean-
over two cartoons here. One of them is really like major one that is like
All right.
existed forever. But this one is not so much a major one. I think it was another Nickelodeon one, Inspector Gadget.
Yes.
We had a movie from this as well.
2 movies
Yeah,
from
2
this.
movies.
Two movies. I have not seen
Yeah.
either movie.
Yeah. One
And they
stars
got progressively worse.
yeah, the guy from Godzilla, I can't think of his name. The guy that's married to the chick from Sex and the City.
Mm.
He was Parker. He was not Parker Lewis. Can't lose. Shit, that's there was a- He was Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller. Yeah.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller from Ferris
Gadget.
Bueller Days Off. Is
Oh
Inspector
my
Gadget in the first
God.
one, and then in the second one, French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun is Inspector
Just
Gadget.
Gadget. Oh, interesting.
You aren't about to say RoboCop, are you, Diz?
Nope. The other one is
That was on the list.
one that's eternal almost. The Simpsons.
I
the
can't go with
cartoon-
that one.
It will not go away. Like it is
No.
like it's always been here.
I think it's the longest running animated series.
I've never
in
seen a
US
single
history.
episode.
Oh God, I have.
What? How is that possible?
Because when I was growing up, my mother said that trash would not be allowed in her house.
Hmm.
And
Never
so
went back and watched any.
once she finally was taken from us in 2005, I went in the Navy. Ain't even had an issue of trying to watch one.
It still airs, but I have no inclination to watch it at all.
Oh, it's on
But-
Disney Channel or Disney Plus.
Yeah, the new
but-
stuff isn't as good as the older stuff, definitely. But yeah, I remember watching it when it was Tracy Ullman show. I remember when it was the shorts on the Tracy Ullman show before it was actually a show. But yeah, I've watched quite a few Simpsons, and then of course I migrated to South Park.
And then
South Park.
Family Guy.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Family Guy.
So Family Guy came out in the 2000s, though, right? It wasn't a
I thought
90s
the first
cartoon.
couple seasons was in the late 90s, and then they canceled it, and then they brought it back in the 2000s.
And then Glenn started watching American Dad.
They did not
1999
cancel it. You just didn't
sitcom.
watch it 'cause you're old.
There you go. I just
No.
remember one show they made a joke about all the shows that Fox would have to cancel before they got to Family Guy, and Firefly was in that list. And I'll be damned if they didn't cancel Firefly.
Right.
Yeah, there's that one
Yeah.
episode where they're like,
I agree with you on that one.
Lois is like, "Don't talk about the network. You know what happens." He's like, "What are they gonna do? Cut our budget?" And then he goes,
Yeah, all the time he becomes like stop motion. He's like, just like he's sitting there next to Lois. Then he's at the table in the room, and then he disappears. Yeah, yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
So that's technically a 90s cartoon.
Yeah.
South Park was
Also-
definitely a 90s cartoon. So
Yes, yes. Also, if you like Family Guy, I highly recommend you watch The Orville on Hulu.
yeah. And we're not being paid to say that.
We
Next
are not.
season coming out soon.
It's already
It's
out.
Oh, it came out already? It must
Yep.
have came out while I was gone.
Well, it's slowly coming out. It's like 1 or 2 or 3 episodes out. So
Yeah, I think there's 3 episodes right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let me see something else.
I know something else.
Give it
I
to
think
me.
it might have started on Liquid Television. I can't remember exactly where it started.
Beavis and Butthead?
Butthead.
Yep. Yep. Beavis and Butthead. I have
Seen
watched
that either.
more than my fair share of Beavis and Butthead.
and they're
That
coming out
fell
with a
in the
new
same
movie.
category as The Simpsons.
It is
I
true. Now, she was definitely right about Beavis and Butthead.
yeah, I though did enjoy Beavis and Butthead. I went to the movie theater and watched Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Okay, then that one was stupid.
Rocco's
I
Modern Life. Nice.
I've got Rocco's Modern Life. I remember that one. Yeah.
I think that's April's like favorite cartoon, Rocco. So
What
Yeah,
what's
about
his
Bobby's
dog's
World?
name? Ren and Stimpy. Bobby's
I never
World?
did like Ren and Stimpy.
I did, but just for a
Like
short period
there's
of time.
yeah,
They
there's
were
a
very
couple episodes
extreme.
I like, yeah, and then it just got off the wall for me, and I just couldn't watch it anymore. I remember watching Bobby's World, yeah,
hmm
with Howie Mandel.
Howie
Mhm.
Mandel. And then there was a bunch of stuff on Liquid. I think it's called Liquid
Mars.
Television. is
Yep, Liquid
all that.
Television,
It had Aeon Flux. It
Aeon
had
Flux, yeah.
Big Head something. The guy with the big alien in his big head. Like he had a
Yeah, there was some. There was a bunch of stuff on there.
Liquid Television.
Yep, and there's a new Beavis and Butthead movie right now on Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm. Aeon Flux is
You-
just weird.
You know, the sad part, chat, Diz left out one cartoon
Ooh.
that I expected Diz to have said.
You know, I know it. And
And
I was just kind of
everybody
holding it.
in this fucking channel, I expected
just
Diz
kinda
to be the
holding
one
it.
to bring it up.
Oh, what
Actually,
is
I
it?
haven't watched a lot of episodes of that. I've only watched a couple.
How could
Because
you leave out Dungeons and Dragons?
Yep. Just like I left out Care Bears. So
Yes,
I
That
but
is
haven't brought them
true.
up yet.
you are a DM too, and you have all the freaking emotes for even the Dungeon Master emote in your channel.
He's
Did
got the
you just
Dungeon
bring up
Master
that one?
outfit for Halloween.
I do. Actually,
He-
it's right there.
He has cosplayed the Dungeon Master from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
You did not make your wife cosplay as the Beholder, did you?
No.
Now
No.
here's the question though: which one do you prefer, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon or the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Neither.
The first or second movie?
The first.
I'll take the
To be,
cartoon.
to be honest, I can't remember a lot about the movie. I remember that
No one does.
there are a couple thieves and they get mixed up in some stuff. That's about all
One
I
of the
remember.
Wayans brothers is in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And they're
But
both
you
like
can't-
rogues.
You can't disregard Damodar clan.
I don't even know what that is, Buck.
Damodar, the guy in the black armor that's gone after the kids that went to go get the stone or the scepter in the movie. The one that kills.
I don't even remember that. But I literally the only thing I remember the movie is one of the Wayans brothers is in it.
Yeah, he gets killed by Damodar.
Yep. I
and
remember he
it's-
dies. Yep. Spoilers, chat.
I mean, if you ain't seen it by now, you probably won't.
That's true. That movie is definitely in the 99-cent bin at Walmart.
Along with the He-Man live-action movie
Masters of the Universe. Yeah.
with Dolph Lundgren.
Let me get my
So this-
planetary traveling synthesizer and
This Honor Among Thieves. That's not that movie, right?
It should just say
Original
Dungeons
title.
and Dragons.
Oh no, this is a new Dungeons and Dragons movie. This is the new one that's gonna come
yeah,
out.
there is a new one that's coming out.
That's what this one is. So
Well, this one coming out will be the third Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Jeremy Irons was in that?
Yes, he was the
Marlon
bad guy.
Wayans.
Jeremy Irons is a great actor.
And then there was a movie in
He did most of the lines
2000.
for Scar in The Lion King.
Yes. but he was also Braum and Aragon. Like they put him in great roles, but fuck the movies up that he's in. I mean, he's one of the three musketeers in the Iron Mask.
True.
So we're talking about 90s cartoons, then we have to talk about X-Men.
Oh, X-Men, the greatest 90s cartoon.
Only because Clan likes Rogue.
It's Gambit.
Well, Clan
Hey,
sounds
Shell.
tries to sound like Gambit, but he likes Rogue.
Yeah. Hey, Shell, why don't you come over here and get little Gambit a kiss on the cheek?
I just wish one day that she'd have just done it and like put him on his ass unconscious for like 3 weeks, and then he wakes up and goes, "What happened? She did what
He-
you told her to do, and you were gone."
He would have been like, this bed's comfortable. Come here, Shell, and do it again. Yes, that show is amazing. That cartoon was amazing. I really like
Yeah.
that. Although, to be fair, the only other cartoon that could really stand up against that show in the 90s,
Is Animaniac.
I really like Animaniacs, but it's a different level. But yes, I do love Animaniacs. Animaniacs is good. Animaniacs is Tiny Toons, but leveled up.
It is. It is.
It is. It is. It's
It's-
like, hey guys,
It's
you
Looney
remember Tiny
Tunes
Toons?
evolved. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember Looney Tunes and Tiny Toons, but now you've grown up a little bit. Guess what? Here's the show for you. Here's Animaniacs.
Hello,
Animaniacs.
nurse.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, nurse. Yes. I love Animaniacs. Yes. But also airing at the same time of Animaniacs and is a great show, great drama cartoon like X-Men was. Batman the Animated Series.
Yep. I watched a lot of that one. That one was good.
Yes. That was a show that you could watch as an adult or as a child. And you could get two different things out of it.
Back
But yes,
in our
I
day,
do
though,
love Animaniacs.
back in our day, though, there was a few cartoons that you could watch as a child and as an adult and get a completely different meaning out of the shit that was said.
Listen, the best joke I can think of something like that is actually has to do with Animaniacs. And it was on an episode where Prince was there. And they said, well, here, anyway, the paraphrasing it, something happens and somebody says, why don't you finger Prince? And they're talking about taking fingerprints is what they're talking about. And instead it shows Prince and Dot's holding him and she's like, oh no. And then it goes to Yakko, of course. And he's like, good night, everybody.
So
He
But
was
building
more
on yeah, oh God, I could watch Animaniacs all day. I love them to death. But building on Animaniacs is one that I like just as good, but I don't think a lot of people watched. Is Freakazoid.
I've seen it. Blue skin guy, black hair, wore red suit. I've seen it.
Yes.
Just a little bit. I don't remember a lot about that one.
If you
Chad
like
and Sam, though,
comedy,
when Diz has to keep
Freakazoid
looking
is
up
good.
all these to remember what they were.
I have to. My brain is gone.
Also, you can watch Animaniacs and the new episodes of Animaniacs on Hulu, which is also we're not sponsored by, even though we're dropping a lot of Hulu stuff right now. But no, I'm just
Come
telling you
on,
where you
Hulu.
can watch good shows.
Hulu and Disney Plus to get all your caught up cartoons.
That's true. Hey, Disney Plus will have the X-Men 92 sequel.
They also
Next
have
year.
gargoyles.
They
So
do. You can watch
and
just
gummy
the first two
bears
seasons of You can you don't have to watch Gummy Bears.
and
Don't have
Ewoks and droids and
to
yes.
watch Gummy Bears.
Gummy
You know what? Watch
bear.
Tailspin instead of Gummy Bears. If you're like, man, I
Doing
wanna
drugs
watch
and
Gummy
bouncing
Bears.
everywhere.
Just wait till we get off of here and in our post show I will
Great
harass
flavored
Glenn with
Beth
entire
it
song.
can't compare. For some reason, they have no hair now. They picked it off because of the meth. Yeah.
Because of the math. Yep.
So I forgot Roadrunner had his own show,
Yes.
and I love that. That's probably why I went into IT. Probably is seeing Wile E. Coyote try to fix all these contraptions and stuff. Maybe
That's
want to help
true.
him fix things.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Yeah, I like Roadrunner a lot.
Listen, I love all Disney shit. They don't own Warner Brothers yet.
Not yet.
They're close. But yeah, I love old Looney Tunes. That is some good
Once
stuff.
they do, it's over. All the good cartoons will then be linked forever on Disney Plus.
It's
And
true,
here-
they own
Here's a
everything.
cartoon that I think it kind of a lot of people when they see Super Retro Game Show they compare the cartoon to us on Super Retro Game Show. The dynamic between the two of us, Timon and Pumbaa.
I can see it. I see it. Yeah, we're definitely the Timon and Pumbaa of retro gaming. The question is, which one is
Clan's
Timon and
Timon,
which
this
one
is
is
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa?
I don't know.
That is the question. Chad has to vote which one is which.
But we were forgetting SpongeBob. SpongeBob was in the 90s as well. And
I
it's
never
still
rewatched
going.
SpongeBob.
I did
I
not watch
do.
SpongeBob.
By
Yeah.
the time SpongeBob came out, yeah, I know you like SpongeBob.
Our micro co-host tonight, chat, has watched
That's right.
multiple shows of SpongeBob.
That's right. Mini Diesel loves SpongeBob.
Oh, easy.
That's you, Goofy.
That's you.
That's me? What?
Dismal.
Yeah.
Hold on. Did she say
Which one hurt
he's
more?
Mini
You gotta go
Diesel?
find your phone.
I
Or
know
Diesel?
I'm hoping she said Diesel, but I think she said Dizzle.
Mini Dizzle, like
Oh.
the person in playing Ark
Get
with.
your feet
It's
up, baby.
like-
You want
I
to
mean,
get
Big
up, and I'm gonna beat you.
No. Yeah, Zach's son. we're too bad Maury ain't still on the air.
No
Hey, you
comment.
better be asking for some
Hey,
child
what I
support.
wanna know.
I know, right? I'm gonna have to talk with Diz on our post show here.
Here's a show that I think I watched some of, but probably not a lot of. SWAT Cats. Do you guys
Yeah, I watched
remember
some
anything
SWAT
about
Cats.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't remember
Cats.
a lot.
Yep.
T-Bone.
Yep. It's weird. That show was canceled when it was super popular.
Yep.
And you know why they canceled it?
Because it was racist.
No, because Ted Turner thought it was too violent. He's the man that owned TBS and TNT.
So
But
do
yeah,
you
he
think
thought
that
it was
they
too
will
violent.
ever? Do you think that they'll ever make a Street Sharks
No.
live action movie?
The answer is no to any question that involves will they ever and Street Sharks. The answer is no. They will
I mean,
not.
Hold on, they made Sharknado.
They
So,
made Sharknado. They brought
they made
back
like 5 of them.
Battletoads. The only way we're getting anything from Street Sharks is if Microsoft buys Street Sharks and we have a Street Sharks cost Battletoads game that comes out on Game Pass. Also, copyright that. Call me Microsoft. I have ideas.
What about Biker Mice from Mars?
Again, not happening. Yeah.
I mean,
What
That's
about,
like those weird
hey,
that's like those
Musk is
weird
trying to
Power
get
Rangers spinoffs. You know, nobody remembers tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills or freaking all the other
But
Power
I have
Ranger
that
ripoffs.
poster in my room.
This and the Mayor of Waterdeep has a Cindy Crawford poster in his room.
Facts. Facts.
What about Rugrats? Are they going to come out with a live action Rugrats sometime? It'll be like Look Who's Talking 3.
That's true. Yeah. And instead of a live action Rugrats, I would prefer a remake of Look Who's Talking.
Hold on,
I
wasn't
really
John
like that
Travolta
movie.
in that one?
He was.
Oh,
Christy Alley is in that movie.
Christy
Bruce
Alley.
Willis is the voice of the baby.
And they had 2 movies on this stuff, people.
They had 3 movies.
They had 3?
There was Look Who's Talking, Look Who's Talking 2, and Look
Look Who's
Who
Talking
Else
Now.
Is Talking.
Look
Yeah,
Who's
Look Who's
Talking
Talking
Now.
Now, where it's the
Yeah.
dogs.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. God, I didn't
Danny
watch that,
DeVito
but-
is one of the dogs, and Rhea Perlman is the other one. Yep.
Uh-oh.
I swear they're not coming after me.
So here they come. All right. We probably need to start wrapping this up, but here's a question for you guys that I want to ask. Out of 80s and 90s properties that you can think of, movies and stuff like TV shows, things like that, which ones are you the most surprised that didn't get a cartoon? And I'll tell you with which one I'm the most surprised that didn't get a cartoon.
Don't say Die Hard.
Circuit. No, not Die Hard. I can't imagine Die Hard. Hey, my name's John McClane, and I'm here to help kids with problems by shooting the terrorists that try to get them on drugs.
Hey, all of that would happen, Clan, and then they do what they did at the end of G.I. Joe.
Like it's Alan.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother trucker, because you can't say fucker on animated cartoons on Saturday morning.
Yeah, they would just add it to the end, like they did with G.I. Joe.
But for me, the one I can't believe that didn't have an animated series was Short Circuit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I think Short Circuit is set up perfectly to have a cartoon, and it never did.
Or a TV series
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of
I'm
some
surprised
movies.
there's not a Short Circuit Netflix series by this point.
So
It's Johnny Five, and he's still alive. Coming
I
this
haven't-
fall to Netflix.
I haven't thought this question through. Like I haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but there's one thing that kind of jumps to my mind that I thought would make a good series type of thing that they only did into a movie was Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. Because
Oh,
they had
yeah.
all these different little like characters, and you got to see them like fight and stuff, but had no backstory on them or anything like that. It was just like,
That's
here's this
true.
really cool guy with lightning, you know, and we're gonna
Raiden.
kill him. Yeah, here's Raiden.
Yeah, no, Big Trouble in Little Chinatown definitely should have been one, yes. I mean, heck, Police Academy had a cartoon.
Did Back to the Future have a cartoon?
Yes, it did on CBS, and it was set up as a sequel to the movies. And it began and ended with a short little thing with Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I remember Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But
What
Buck,
if
what
they
about you?
What if they made? Because I don't remember them ever having a Gremlins cartoon.
No, I
That'd
can
have been
remember Gremlins. That would have worked too.
Now I think I've seen Gremlins in a cartoon form though.
Yeah,
Maybe they were in
they've
something
added-
else.
They've added stuff of where they've put Gizmo or Gremlins in something, but I don't think they've ever done a full.
Yeah, I don't think there was
series
a Gremlins
for a cartoon.
proper.
Hey, do you think the reason that is because of the gremlin that's in Bugs Bunny? Maybe that is copyrighted to somebody.
Warner Brothers owns Gremlins, though, don't it? No, that's
Well-
Universal.
Yeah, Universal did Gremlins.
I don't know if you remember, but there was like a gremlin type character in Bugs Bunny. It looked
Yeah,
really
he was in
weird.
Looney Tunes. Yep.
Yeah, and it kept messing up the planes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe they had that copyrighted, the name, and they couldn't use Gremlins or something to make an
Well,
animated
they could have
series.
just
Or
called it.
something.
They could have called it Mogwai
Mhm.
for the cartoon.
But they could have never called them Gremlins in the show. You know, they'd be like those green
Well,
guys
I
over
mean,
there.
Well, I don't think you can. I think the word gremlin existed before that.
Yeah.
Though.
That's a good point.
I mean, there's been gremlins, like there's a gremlins mentioned in Transformers, the cartoon. There's a couple others that the gremlins are like computer creatures or whatever that are messing up systems.
Yeah, they
and
mess up mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
Now there was an Alf cartoon.
Yep.
Yep, there was an Alf cartoon. I watched it. Yeah.
We got a Mr. T cartoon. We didn't get an A-Team cartoon, right?
We did not get an 18
No.
cartoon, no. Which would have been good, but you would need the original actors' voices for that.
I
Sure.
pity the fool that didn't make an 18 cartoon.
I mean, they could have made a cartoon of Battlestar Galactica.
I know what. Here's the one that they should have made. They should have made Baywatch the cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a lot of very precise drawing of the physics there.
Oh.
It probably would have been better as a CGI cartoon.
Like Reboot.
Yeah. They could have used the engine that was in the physics engine that was in Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
I mean, they even had California Raisins had a little cartoon.
Yep, I remember the
I
California
mean-
Raisin cartoon.
Hercules would have made a good one. Did they have a Hercules cartoon?
There was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a Disney Hercules cartoon. And in fact,
Yep.
Aladdin
I
showed
mean,
up on that.
I know the movie, but was there actual like cartoon?
Yeah, they
series?
had a cartoon of it
Yep.
too.
Oh. Yep. It took
You
place
know-
during the time he was training.
I'm talking of the
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo Hercules. You know.
Oh no, not that Hercules. We had the Disney Hercules, but not Kevin Sorbo Hercules.
Or the Arnold Schwarzenegger Hercules.
Yeah. The one where he was
There
dubbed
was
over.
right.
Yeah, there was an
Can't
Arnold
remember.
Schwarzenegger Hercules movie.
Yeah,
But
it's
his
like
voice was
Hercules
dubbed
in New
over.
York or whatever.
Didn't he like
Yes.
have to? I kind of I have this vision of a movie that I watched when I was younger, and it's like Schwarzenegger or somebody like with this huge jacked arms. They had to like reach into like this thing, and it was like freezing their arm or something like that. I can't remember if that was the Hercules movie or. Okay, I remember nothing else about the movie except for that. Ooh, Saved by the Bell. That would have been a good cartoon.
That would have been a good cartoon. Yeah. You know what else? There was a RoboCop cartoon. There was,
was.
never a Terminator cartoon.
Nope.
Terminator cartoon. They
That-
would
that
have
was gonna
really
be
had to
dubbed too
tone it
violent.
down.
Hey, after Terminator
Mm.
2 would have been the perfect time for a Terminator cartoon because you had the Terminator, the good Terminator, come back, and then him and John Connor and Sarah Connor would have went on wacky adventures together, trying to stop Skynet.
And then Skynet would have had like or been like Mother Brain from Captain N.
Yep. That would have been great. Yes, hire them right now. That would have been perfect.
I'm gonna get you, John Connor. But no.
Yeah.
Beat me to it.
God, that voice, I swear. I can't even do it, man. That voice is just. Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. So the only other cartoon that I think they should have made was America's Most Wanted. And we'll probably just end it right there. Let everybody think about that one for a week.
I am curious. All right. And with that, chat, we will call this three old men yelling at cloud episode a done episode. We appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us here for the last almost hour and a half. So this was a pretty long episode for three old men. But we hope you had fun. Why don't you come into Discord and tell us about other cartoons that we may have not mentioned that you liked, that you watched when you were smaller. Also, programming note: no D&D this weekend. So that means there's no episode of After the Roll for next Thursday. May get an episode of Three Old Men. Don't know. Vacations are happening and stuff, so we'll see.
There wouldn't have been an After the Roll next week anyways. This was Sly's D&D. That's changed for this weekend.
Well, there you go. It wouldn't have happened anyway.
Yep. Well, more
So-
But we're
D&D
looking like
on the
by
ninth.
scheduling, it looks like by scheduling, our next 3 Thursdays will be 3 Old Men.
Yep, as long as we don't have vacations or other
Right.
things or internet outages.
Internet
That's
out.
true. Yeah.
That's the
So-
thing.
So, as did said, our next episode of Not Actually Heroes will be July the 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/DrDizDM for that. Anything else, Diz, you want to be talking about?
Retro every Monday at 10:30, unless a tree
That's
falls on
true.
my internet.
That's true. Unless trees or vacations get in the way,
Yeah. So
these things happen. 'Tis the season for all these things to be happening. Buck, what say you? Anything going on with you, or anything that anybody needs to be looking forward to?
Man, as far as looking forward to, I've almost got everything ready to go live for the first time.
Oh, chat. You know what that means? It's time to stream with Double Odd Buck. So be sure to go ahead, prepare, get ready for it. Go to twitch.tv/Double Odd Buck.
With
And
two
drop a
Ks.
follow with 2Ks. Drop a follow. That way you'll be notified when Buck goes live for his very first time. So definitely do that. I'll put it in chat. That way everybody can see it and go there and do their thing that they do. So that I've started doing the 4-job fiesta. So hope to be picking that up, but I don't know, vacation and stuff happening. So I don't know what's going to happen. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. Other than that, you can catch me on D&D with Diz over on his channel. You can catch me in D&D at Sly, over at Sly's channel, of course. So you can check that out. If I could find the damn thing. I can't find
I
my
bet it's in
button.
the same
Anyway.
place that it's always been.
No, I don't know. I have a shout out button. Oh, there it is. There it is. Boom. There it is right there. So you can catch me on that one when he brings his campaign back in July. And then other than that, I think that's it for us, ladies and gents. So with that, I think there's only one thing to say. Hey, you kids, get off our lawn.
See you guys.
Bye.